Well, Vic Bird has been the director of the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission since December of 2002 and joins me now here in studio. Well, let's start off with the easy stuff. What is the Aeronautics Commission?
Thanks for giving me a softball question. Aeronautics Commission is simply stated we're here to promote aviation. And we've really been around since 1963, but actually had a life before that as the Oklahoma Aviation Commission. We actually preceded the creation of the Federal Aviation Administration when it was first created as the Civil Aeronautics Administration. We were born, I guess, back in 1946 and existed for about 7-8 years. And we went away for a little bit and came back as the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission in 1963. And when I say promoting aviation, it's really fairly easy. Specifically, that would mean ensuring that the needs of commerce and communities across the state are met by our state's 110 airports, 110 public airports that are in our state system, and to promote our aviation and aerospace industry in the state, which is one of our state's top 3 employers.
Talk to me about aviation jobs, not only the demand, but the prospects for the future and just really where we're heading in the state.
Well, we're still, as I said, it's one of the top 3 employers. When you count the direct jobs, which still come in at about 75,000 jobs in the aviation aerospace sector, and you count the indirect jobs, which is about another 75,000, you're at about 150,000. That's a pretty remarkable, because that means about 1 in 10, 1 in 11 Oklahomans in the workforce, not our total population, but in our workforce, really derive their income, their salary, some way, shape, form from aviation aerospace. But our largest single site employer in the state is Tinker Air Force Base. And the last time I checked, that has to do with things with wings that fly around in the air. Tinker is the largest military aircraft repair facility in the world, right here in Oklahoma. 27 to 28,000 jobs, about 18,000 civilian jobs, 10,000 uniform jobs. American Airlines.
On the commercial side.
On the commercial side, its only maintenance base left after its bankruptcy is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That is its maintenance and engineering base in Tulsa. That's for American and the newly merged American and U.S. Airways. Provides about 6,500 jobs. Lufthansa might want to argue with us a little bit. I still believe that the American base in Tulsa is the largest commercial aircraft repair facility in the world. And that's really the heart of our industry is maintenance, repair, and overhaul, or components manufacturing, parts manufacturing for aircraft to get them back up in the air. That's our sweet spot.
Knowing what you do know, Vic, what would you tell the young person that's thinking about a career, or maybe the parent or grandparent of a young person, about aviation?
The people that won us the Cold War and the space race, we got to the moon first. We're the only nation that ever got there and came back safely. No other nation has done that with a human. Those people are retiring in droves. They're older. They're baby boomers and maybe pre-baby boomers. They're leaving our aerospace and defense industry. We need to replace those people. Those are a lot of engineers, a lot of scientists, so that's higher education. But that isn't for everyone. So for those people that's not the way for them, we need aircraft and frame mechanics. Some call them aviation maintenance technicians, a lot of words for them. We need people at machinists. We need all kinds of people like that need degrees, certifications that come right from Career Tech and our Career Tech centers around the state. These are good jobs. These aren't you do anything if your hands and you're not. No. When you're talking about an airframe and power plant mechanic, at American Airlines, that person may earn $60,000 a year. At AAR, which I haven't mentioned AAR down in Oklahoma City, that's the largest third-party MRO in North America. That's a lot to say. That's a big statement, and one of their biggest facilities is right here in Oklahoma City. They are a non-union shop. However, if with a little overtime there, you're going to be in the $40,000, maybe $50,000 range as an airframe and power plant mechanic. And at Tinker, they look for them all the time. We're talking about $50,000 after a few years there. These are very good jobs.
So good jobs that are also in demand. Now, looking forward, what are some of the things that our state faces if we are going to maintain our very strong legacy in aviation and aerospace?
Well, I think we've got to have a strong higher ed system. We've got to have a strong career tech system and a strong common ed system. They all go together. If we don't, our silver bullet in Oklahoma has been the workforce. And if we don't have the workforce, we will not have the industry.
All right. Thank you so much. Vic Bird with the Aeronautics Commission.
Thank you.